I met a Gypsy.
And that's why everyone tries to cut from the same cloth with sponsorships and stuff, because it's hard to go out and sell to a mainstream company, CEO, pitch them, dirt bike racing.
Yeah.
But it's hard because our sport is one of the baddest in the world.
Yeah.
But it's hard to sell it.
Dude, Raha brought up a cool point today, which I kind of hadn't really thought about either. I just think that, and what he thinks, and I kind of agreed with what he was saying, is that like golf is kind of lame. And everyone,
it's
like
lame.
a lot
But
of
everyone
people,
goes and does it. Like,
but why? Because the top guys are
go
getting
for
paid
beer.
millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, and you wanna watch the final hole of a golf tournament because that putt's worth like $3, $4, $5 million, and people know that. You know what I mean? People are like kind of tuned in. They know that the stakes are high, and I think that one of the things that Colby was saying, which was actually kind of cool, is like, moto dudes, it looks like a fucking carnival. It just looks, it's hard to sort of know what it is. And then you're like, oh, so what are these guys getting paid? And it's like, that dude Phil Nicoletti, he's like one of the baddest motherfuckers alive. Like, he's probably getting like, maybe if he gets $100,000 out of this series, like he's cheering.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, there's people that do podcasts about the sport, and fucking journalists that make more money than most of the riders.
No, 100%.
So it's just like, something's fucked up. Something's fucked up in that lane when you've got essentially journalists that would be making more money than the riders that they're covering. And then you tell the people that the riders still have to pay their entry fee. Yeah, it's like so I just think like the whole economics of the sport, it needs a really massive shake up.
Yeah, and I don't even know how we get on this tangent, but it's all the top guys, the Reedies, the Kennys, Carmichaels, Wyndhams, those guys, it's not the Phil Nicolettis that are the spokespeople. I'll say it because I don't care, but you need those guys to get together to change anything. They're the people that have the voice, that have done something to actually make the change in the sport.
But no one will get together.
No one will ever get together on it.
Yeah.
No one, and it's a shame. But you need, the RVs, the Dungeons to be like, all right, fuck it, it's enough. Just for the next kids coming up in the next 15 years. Like, yeah, I get it. They've made their money. You know what I mean? So do something to help the sport grow. Make it global. Turn it into it so people can get paid and not have to, you can get down a rabbit hole with it all, but those are the people that need to help get the shit changed.
Yeah, dude. And I think that it's like it's always been taboo to talk about it. And then...
Yeah.
And then you get the people, and I wonder too if because realistically, moto it's like the third world country of motorsports. You know what I mean? It's like, I come from nothing. Yeah. Like, I'm not you come from nothing. We're not, it's not like a rich kid sport.
No.
And then I think that there's also a point where even guys like you never hear guys talk about how much money they make. No one ever hears about the contracts. No one ever hears about the big deals. And then there's almost a point where they used the example with Colby of Kenny pulling up to the press conference in that crazy Honda and the suit and then a Breitling watch, and then people are like shitting on him.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, wait a second. Why shouldn't he be rich? Like, if you're someone that can do something that nobody else in the world can do, and you're one of those people, you're one of those people that can do something that no one else in the world can do.
I agree.
You should be fucking rich for that, and then it shouldn't be a problem that you're rich for that. It should be inspiring to the kids. Like, look at fucking rappers. No one's mad at rappers because they flashed cash around. It's like, it's inspiring for like young black kids in the hood that could never even dream of that, by going to university or whatever it is. Then it's just like, you've got these guys, it's like this aspirational thing. And in moto, it seems like as soon as anyone's making a bit of money, then you want to shit on them. And then that makes the guys at the top want to like keep it quiet and drive a truck. Like, dude, Dunge drove the same truck his entire fucking career. It's like people have to hide the money that they're making. And culturally, to me, that seems fucked up. That if those guys feel like they can't dress nice, they feel like they can't have a fucking Rolex. Like, a Rolex, by the way, makes you money. So it's like, it's not like it's a dumb thing to buy. So it's like, we're shitting on like the wrong thing. We shouldn't be shitting on them making money. We should be shitting on them not making money.
Yeah. It's always hard because, those types of guys, RVs, McGrath, Dunge, Carmichael, they all came from nothing as well. So maybe they just have a different perception on life. You know what I mean? They don't have to kind of ball out or whatever, which I respect it. But I do wish, since they have come from nothing and they've made something in a sport that we all love together, and the next 5 or 12-year-old kid wants to do the same thing, like, why not help change so they can maybe have a faster trajectory to get to where they're at, you know what I mean? Or make it more worthwhile if they are an 8th place 250F guy, in Supercross, to where
that's not worth a whole lot right now.
It's not worth.
Well, you got like a 2-year lifespan.
Yeah.
Like the sport's in that bad of a place where, and this is the other thing where I just didn't get the criticism for World Supercross. Like, you look at the guys that were on the podium. It was Max Anstey, Joey Savacci, and fucking, why am I blanking on who else was up there the other night? Shane McElrath. They got fucked over in their rides this year. So like, what do? Work construction. Baddest motherfuckers in the world. They got to go get a job because there's just not enough seats at a table. And then we've got 40 more seats now at this table, and then we're shitting on this table.
Yeah, no, I agree.
What?
100%. Doesn't make any sense, And I think that's the problem. I just don't know. I don't know how to make it work with money wise, for World Supercross and pay. 2 rounds, it's okay. The next 8 to 10, I don't know. I just don't know how it works.
Do you know what the teams are responsible? Sorry, were you going to say something?
I think next year will be the toughest year for World Supercross.
Yeah.
If they can get through next year, I think it'll be on a path of going up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they've got enough money in the bank behind them to make sure that we see like 5 years of this shit. And I think that's kind of what it's going to take. Like, I think that the teams should definitely like want to stand on their own as quick as possible. And then I think that if the WSX guys do their job properly, then it'll be a lot easier for these teams to kind of make that money. But again, it's like we don't need muck off. Like, muck off shouldn't be paying the bills, or like a graphics company shouldn't be paying the bills. It shouldn't be Alpine Stars paying the bills. It's like we're going to Cardiff had 35,000 people. Melbourne had 50 over the 55 over the 2 nights. It's like there's a lot of people. There's a lot of exposure coming out of it. I think they'll broadcast like 200 and something countries for the broadcast. Like, it's legit in terms of the platform. I just think we just need to be thinking about different brands, and for the team owners need to be thinking about those different brands. And I don't know, maybe it's up to the World SX. Like, Amazon Web Services sponsored the event.
Yeah, I saw the sign.
Which is
I'm
crazy.
Like, I was like, isn't that the Amazon logo?
Yeah, a bunch of people.
Yeah, I was like, what? I mean, which is awesome. I just don't know how, because World Supercross pays the teams. Okay, then teams can be like, okay, we'll divvy out the money. Well, sometimes the money ain't worth it to go racing. It depends how much the team really wants to pocket, because if they can't get title sponsorship to make it worthwhile, it doesn't make sense. For me, it made sense to come. I made some money doing it, of course, but it's FXR, it's 60, it's Motorsport, it's all the sponsors in the sport that actually support me to go racing. That's it. It's not an outside sponsor. If club didn't want to sign the charter or whatever to come race, we wouldn't be here. But I don't know how club will do it next year if they can't get more funding, more racing, because for Muckoff's standpoint, they wanted to hold off on the World Supercross thing because they didn't really know how it's going to turn out. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for FXR, and club putting in more money to come, we wouldn't be here. So I don't know. I think there's a bit of a flaw with the concept of the money and stuff like that. It's going to be tough.
And it'll be interesting to see, I guess, just like with the logistics and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, to see like Amazon Web Services on their year one, I'm like, it's pretty fucking cool. That sort of shows that there is like that outside interest. And I mean, I don't know whether it's like the WSX guys need to kind of like help the teams and like really try and get some sponsors and like place sponsors on a team. Be like, hey club, we've got these guys. Like, you guys take it from here. Like, this is a great team. They're gonna have these riders.
I think that's what's gonna have to happen.
Because it's not like some of these smaller teams just ring up Amazon and be like, hey, we're racing dirt bikes. Sponsor us. Like, they'll be like, who are you?
Yeah. No, and
So-
that's exactly right. It's like maybe it can't be up to, because traditionally they haven't been able to do it in the past. Any, like you said, like in the JGR or
just
something
impossible.
like that.
Yeah, they couldn't. I might have said it wrong when I said it earlier, but
I heard the same shit.
Yeah. Like they couldn't give away a cup sponsorship to sponsor, a cup race to sponsor outdoors for $300,000 or whatever.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.